So I'm going to give you guys an update on what's going on with the house situation. So just stay tuned. So where was I? The last time we met or I updated you guys on my home purchase situation. I was excited, happy, right? Like I feel like I was I just finished crying because I was like, this is really happening. So I think, I'm not sure if it was that same day or the day before or whatever, I went under contract. First time ever. It was the first time I'd ever gotten that deep into the home buying process. You know, like if you, like I said, look back 2019, you saw the whole process. I told you, I took you guys on a house tour. It was a beautiful home in South Georgia, South Fulton. Beautiful home, like perfect, exactly what I want. Seriously, like but I couldn't get it pre-approved because I am one of those people who, honestly, like I end up working like half the year as a like self-employed through my company, and I saw clients through my company, but then the other half of the year I would work like a regular job. And so at the time they wanted to see 2 years full of just self-employed income. Now if I had the way I have structured, if I just went straight self-employed income for the whole year, there would be no issue at all because I make sufficient money doing that. But it seems like for the last couple of years, I always end up listening to a lender or whatever, and they always be like, oh, well, if you get a job, regular job, then we can pre-approve you, we can get you qualified. And then I do that, and they're like, oh, that's not enough, because I make more money as a contractor than I do as a W-2 employee. So every time I switch for them and for what they need, it doesn't work out. And it's like, listen, that's why it looks like I keep going back and forth. Okay, like it's frustrating. But anyway, so fast forward to a few days after I made that vlog, it might have been the next day. My lender, the one I'm working with now, who's amazing, by the way, there's nothing wrong with him. He's actually, like I said, he's the only person who got me to where I am at, because he's able to like look at my numbers and just like, listen, you got like, you got what you need, like, and I linked him with my accountant who does my taxes and everything for me. And there's two things I need to say. First, disclosure in pure honesty, I was not in love with either one of those properties, either one of those houses. Like, to be honest, the market in Atlanta is horrible right now, especially for buyers. For sellers, it's amazing because you guys can literally jack your price all the way up, and it's definitely not what it's worth. Or, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, the appraisals are gonna fix all that, so whatever. But I'm just saying, like, it's not like, it's like you have this little bit to choose from the inventory, but the sellers can take advantage of that. And I'm not sure you guys know, but I am a licensed real estate broker in the state of North Carolina. I'm just inactive. I don't actually practice real estate, but I have a license, and I have had the state exam, and I've taken all my post-license classes. I literally, all I have to do is I have two choices when it comes to real estate right now. If I can or my license rather, I could either join a firm and activate my license with them, or I could start my own brokerage firm. Like, that's where I'm at with that. So what I'm talking about is, I'm speaking from personal experience, like as a buyer, but I'm talking about it as well from being a professional. Like, I know this stuff, and I have people in the industry that I know really good. But anyway, the inventory is extremely low for buyers right now. Hold on. And so it's like, you only have this little bit to choose from. And I know for me, in my heart, I wasn't attached to either one of those properties. I love the kitchen on that one, right? I love the kitchen on that one, but it's like, I know it could be better. And I was like, okay, well, you can always go in and fix it. It's just gonna be your first starter home. Like, it's really not that big of a deal. But it's something about it. So anyway, went under contract with one, and that was absolutely amazing. And kind of surreal. You know, I think that's when I was vlogging. I think it had just happened, like maybe an hour earlier. Very surreal. But it still didn't feel right because it wasn't what I wanted. On the inside, it looked great, but on the outside, it didn't look that awesome. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I would never even show pictures of that house. I'm just being honest with you. But, and it's not even vanity thing, but it's like, you know, your first home, you want to be able to stand outside the house and be like, oh my God, you know, my house. And I would never share my house like on social media like that because people will kill you, like, for real. But I probably would like be outside, like washing my car, outside with my children. But with those houses, nah, you probably you're gonna get some inside pictures. That's it. Trust me. So it's just what it is. And also it was a ranch style house. If you guys know, I'm not sure if I ever told you, I'm in love with like split two multi-level houses. Like, that's what I like. I grew up in a ranch style house as a child, and I guess being cramped up and all these people, I just never really liked ranch style houses like that. No diss to anybody else, but that's just my preference. But both of them were ranch style houses, and it's like, look, this is literally all I have to choose from, and I'm about to spend almost $250,000 on this purchase, and this is all I'm gonna be able to get, and it's my first time. Like, it just didn't feel right. So hold on. So anyway, I believe in God, and I'm not sure if you do or not, but I believe in God, and I know that God will always make a way and will always redirect your steps when he needs to. So my lender called me, and he and my accountant had spoken, and basically they thought that it was best if I waited until January so I could file my taxes for 2020, and so that I could count my income for 2020 versus use, I guess, some of the income from 2018, because there are some things that would not be able to, I don't know, whatever the terminology is. So they wanted to use 2019, which is when I released my book. It was when I made probably the most money I've ever made self-employed. I mean, all of that. 2019 looked great. 2020 looks good. You know what I mean? But 2018, I don't think, I think it was more W-2. You see what I'm saying? So it was more like, let's use these numbers, 2019 and 2020. And with my situation, if I do self-employed income, you have to show 2 years worth of income. So if I'm not going to count 2018, I literally have to wait another year. So that's why he was like, this is your choice. I'm going to give you the option. But, sorry, my thing keeps going off. But I suggest, it's your choice though, that you wait till January after you file your taxes, and I can get you pre-approved, and then you can be able to get whatever you want. No issues, nothing. And I was like, okay. That was a confused okay, you know, confused in the sense that, like, I knew that God had stepped in and intervened and canceled that situation, because I was already under contract. So he literally saved me from buying a home that I would not have even liked and wanted. You see what I'm saying? But also confused in that it's like, if I don't know, like, I don't know if I've ever said this, but my biggest goal in life, what I would really like would be to be able to pay cash for a house. Like, literally just be like, hey, here's $100,000. I want this one. Or $200,000. I want this one. And I'm confused because I'm like, God, are you trying to tell me to slow down again, or stop and pause and wait and just go back to an apartment or a townhouse and just wait and just save up some more and wait, whatever? Or do you want me to stay steadfast on this purchase and just wait, be a little bit patient, because January is literally right around the corner, and stick with it, because you have a lender, you have an accountant, you have your realtor. So I'm like, okay, God, what do you want me to do? So, I just wanted to update you guys, because that's where I'm at. I am still just relaxing, I guess. Working, of course, still. But I'm not in my house yet. I'm comfortable where I'm at, but like, I want my home. And I know it's right around the corner. Or I could just get me a nice townhouse again back here, because at the end of the day, I'm back in Atlanta, and I think that's the most important thing. That's why I keep telling myself, Shamanda, at the end of the day, you're back in Atlanta. Because I didn't tell you guys, but I probably would have still been in North Carolina. Before I left, my brother had gotten into an altercation with one of his friends, apparently, and the guy shot him, and like the bullet grazed his head, and he was like this close to being dead. You know what I mean? And I was living with my mom. I'm just gonna be telling the truth, like honestly, like yo, I was in the house with my mom. I stayed there with her in North Carolina, while I was in North Carolina, right? And he ended up moving with my mom, and like I'm not. It's not free. I paid her to stay there, me and my children. But he moved in. He didn't have anyway. But it was in that moment when I felt that he had gotten shot and I saw him and everything, I thought, you have to get out. That God is literally giving you a sign, like, to get out, because I knew that, like, that situation could have gone so different. Like, the guy could have shot him at my mom's house. My children are there. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, God, I don't need any more signs from you. Like, it's time for me to go. So at the end of the day, regardless of if I buy a house next month or in January, or if this month, in a couple weeks, I just go ahead and get a townhouse. Regardless, my children and I, we're back in Atlanta. You know what I mean? We're not in that environment anymore. It's not scary. It's not, oh, what's going to happen or what. It's none of that. So at the end of the day, I'm just grateful that I'm not there. I know that I'm going to buy a home. It's going to happen. It's something that God has already promised me. It's just a matter of getting everything lined up and being patient and trusting God on this journey. I'm a single mom, and one of the biggest goals I've ever had is to get off Section 8 and all government resources, which I did, and I haven't been on any of those things since like in 5-6 years, right? But after that was to buy my children a home. And so that's so important to me. And I know that God, his promise is true and real. And I know that if I'm just patient and I just stay focused on the goal, then it will manifest and it will happen. And even if it means I have to humble myself and go back to a townhouse, and I know that means, not just to anybody, but I said I wasn't going to do that. So when I say humble, I mean like, okay, you got to go back on your word. But I know that it would only be temporary. But I'm just trusting God. But I do want you guys' opinion. Comment below. What do you think? What do you think I should do? Should I spend this week right here? Should I focus on like looking for an apartment or a townhouse? And maybe do like a 6-month lease, right? So give myself a little bit more time, but just also still have that sense of stability, like I'm in a nice place. Or should I wait it out? Maybe do like an Airbnb for like December and January, and wait till I file my taxes and then get the pre-approval and go out and buy a house in January. With also just to understand that there may not be any inventory still, but I could do a new construction home, so that's a possibility too. But what do you think? What do you think I should do? At the end of the day, like I said, I'm just so grateful to be back in Atlanta. I don't really care at this point now, and I had to really think about that. Like, I was hurt that it didn't work out exactly how I wanted it at the time, but at the same time, I'm like, you're back here, you're back. So yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think I should do, and I will update you guys next week or in a couple weeks and let you know what I have decided to do based on your comments. Also, every time you watch this vlog, in the ads, watch the whole ad, y'all, so I can get monetized, and this will help me too, because this is part of this is considered self-employed income, so this will help as well. So I appreciate your support. I am a single mom. I'm very ambitious, determined. I want to build a better life for me and my children. If you watch some of my old vlogs, you'll know this is all real. It's been a long journey, But I can't wait for one day I'm going to be vlogging in my home that I own, that I can pass down to my children and break the generational curses of poverty. That's what it's all about for me. Okay? All right, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. All right. See you next time.